So today I want to talk about the Sony ZV-1 Mark II. And I was very excited to hear that they were making this camera because I have owned the ZV-1, the original ZV-1 for years now, and I really do like this camera and I use it a lot. So with this new upgrade, there are a few new features. We'll kind of just delve into it and I'll explain why I'm not very excited about it. The ZV-1 is really marketed towards like a vlogger, the person who wants to walk and talk with their camera or just have something small and lightweight that they can put in their pocket. You don't really need to fiddle with putting on different lenses and having to worry about which lens should I use. Oh, and by the way, you're probably wondering what this shiny thing is on this one, right? Because you don't see that in the pictures and stuff. This is a little attachment that allows this to basically have a feature of the new ZV-2 and the new ZV-1 Mark II. And we'll explain that a little later in the video. Now, one of the biggest differences between the newer one and this old one is that the lens now is a little bit wider. So this original one was 24 to 70. The new one is 18 to 50. But there's still a way to me that this one is better because this is f1.8 to f2.8, which means it lets in more light. The new one is f1.8 to f4. Then you also lose, though, the further end. So this went to 70. The new one only goes to 50. So you're losing 20 millimeters. So you gain, what, 6 on the wide, which is great. But then you lose some. Personally, for me, I don't really walk and do this stuff. So I don't really care too much about that. But when I do need it, I have this attachment. And basically, let's just get into that now. This adapter allows me to put on like a little lens here. So you put this on, oops, put it on wrong, snap that in, and now it makes it a little bit wider. And it's, it's very easy to take off, and you're back to just a regular Sony ZV-1 lens. Now, of course, one of the benefits also to this style of camera is the flippy screen that flips towards you, and you can see yourself, obviously. I find that to be very useful, not for just selfie shots, but for a variety of things. Like I use a small tripod over my desk to get like a bird's eye view of what I'm like displaying, a product or something, so you can see my hands. Then I can set this up and then turn the screen toward myself and still see my hands and see what I'm doing, which I think is just amazing. And not only that, it's so small and so lightweight that it's able to hang on my little tripod without knocking it over. If I use any of my bigger cameras, like the one that's shooting me now, which is the Sony FX30, it just wouldn't support the weight. It will flop right over. It wouldn't work. So the screen on the new ZV-1 Mark II is now a touchscreen, which means when you're shooting yourself, it's much easier to adjust your settings. The other thing they fixed is where the mounting hole for your tripod is, they moved it over so that you can still open the battery door. That's helpful. It is, because that is annoying, because this battery dies quickly because it only lasts for an hour. And here's another thing that's missing for me. I use this camera a lot as a third camera at weddings. Because it's so small and so lightweight, I could just mount this to a clamp. But like one of those small rig clamps, I can clamp it to the side of a light stand because it's so light and get like a third angle. When I'm using it at weddings, I usually shoot in HD. So I'm shooting 1080, 60, and it's unlimited until the battery runs out, which is great. But you can't shoot 4K unlimited. I wish in this newer version that they would have made 4K unlimited. I know it's really the same sensor, the same camera, so it's probably hard to do that. But maybe got a little bit more innovative, and maybe there's like a heat sink on the side or something, dissipating heat. At those weddings, I find like this comes up clutch. Could I use my cell phone? Yeah, I could. But let's say I forgot to turn down the volume on it during the wedding, and then it starts going off. I'm behind my camera in the aisle. Now my phone is going off behind the bride and groom, wherever I set it up. I got to run over there to turn it off. Oh, hell, I could not imagine. You don't know how embarrassed. You know what I'll do? I'll just put my camera down. I'll put everything down. I would just leave. But I just keep the camera, keep it. I'm just going to go. I would just leave because that would be so embarrassing. And I could just see that happening. So no way I would ever do that. I'd much rather have this mounted as my third camera than my phone. The Mark II version also has the hot shoe at the top, so you can connect like a Sony microphone to this without wires, and it's all digital and nice. So it has that advantage. And of course you have the microphone at the top that also comes with the dead cat covering to help with the wind. And the newer one also has the advantage of having a directional mic built in there. So depending on where you are standing and what you're pointing at, it kind of knows where to angle the mic at you to get the best sound, which is kind of a cool feature. Not one that would make me, upgrade, but it's a cool feature for the people that don't have this camera already. Here's the major disappointment with this camera to me. If it's really aimed at a vlogger, then you have to make it easy to vlog. You have to make it easier to upload to social media. If I want to stream to TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, I should just be able to do it from the device. The same way I can with this, my phone. I could just easily live stream a YouTube episode, which I've done before on this, on a couple different episodes. It's easy. It's like literally turn it on, go to the YouTube app, go to the little camera icon, type in a title, boom, hit upload or whatever it says on the screen, and here I am, and I'm live streaming to you guys. But other than that, I mean, it's really still a great camera. The ability to have the lens built in and be able to zoom in and out with your finger right there, having 4K video that actually looks really, really good, being able to take pictures, and also, do slower shutter speeds. And, you could put this in manual mode and get some really creative pictures with it. You could put in full manual mode on video too and get some really creative video with it. So anyway, what are your thoughts on that? Any of you have the ZV-1 and was super excited about the Mark II version? Are you actually going to upgrade to it, or are you just going to stick with the one that you have just like I am? Or for vlogging, are you just going to keep using your phone or whatever you already have? Go ahead and comment below. Let me hear what you got to say. I love to hear your comments. And as always, anything that I talk about in these videos, they're always down below. Anything that I use to create these videos, all the information is down below in the description. You could go ahead and check it out. As always, I'm Mike Turner. Thanks for watching, and I guess I'll see you soon.